Picture this. In an exhilarating showdown at the Circuit of the Americas, Max Verstappen roared to a dominant win in the 2025 United States Grand Prix, outpacing Lando Norris and Charles Leclerc in a race filled with intense battles and strategic twists. But here's the real kicker. Could this victory shift the tides in the championship chase? Let's dive deep into the drama, the decisions, and the debates that made this weekend unforgettable. Verstappen, piloting the Red Bull, transformed his pole position into a resounding triumph, while Norris edged out Leclerc in a nail-biting contest for second place. The race kicked off with Verstappen maintaining his lead from the start, as the field navigated Turn 1 far more smoothly than the chaotic sprint event on Saturday. Early on, teams grappled with strategy dilemmas, but everyone settled on a one-stop approach, meaning drivers aimed to make just one pit stop for fresh tires. For beginners, this strategy helps manage tire wear over the long haul, allowing cars to push hard without constant interruptions. It paid off handsomely for Verstappen, who kept his top spot after his pit stop and carefully conserved his soft tires toward the end, finishing with a comfortable 7.959-second gap to claim his fifth Grand Prix win of the season. Behind him, Norris and Leclerc waged an epic struggle that captivated spectators. Leclerc initially overtook Norris at the beginning, but the two clashed again in the closing laps. Norris ultimately executed a successful overtake for a crucial second place, relegating Leclerc to third on the podium. For those new to F1, these duels highlight how split-second decisions and car handling can turn a race upside down. Think of it like a high-stakes chess match on wheels. Lewis Hamilton boosted Ferrari's points tally by finishing fourth, even as he appeared to battle a puncture on the final lap. Championship frontrunner Oscar Piastri wrapped up a challenging weekend with fifth place. Meanwhile, the full results for the Formula One MSC Cruises United States Grand Prix 2025 are as follows. Pause. Driver time points. 1. Max Verstappen, VER, 134.161, 25. 2. Lando Norris, NOR, plus 7.959, 18. Charles Leclerc, LEC, plus 15.373, 15. Lewis Hamilton, HAM, plus 28.536, 12. 5. Oscar Piastri, PIA, plus 29.678, 10. You can check out all the standings here. https://results/2025races/1271 United States race result. Mercedes. George Russell secured sixth, followed by Red Bull's Yuki Tsunoda and Kick Sauber's Nico Hülkenberg. Ollie Behrman earned points for Haas on their home turf in ninth, with Aston Martin's Fernando Alonso rounding out the top 10. Liam Lawson narrowly missed points for Racing Bulls in 11th, as did Aston Martin's Lance Stroll in 12th. Kimi Antonelli staged an impressive recovery to 13th after an early collision with Williams. Carlos Sainz dropped him back. Williams' Alex Albon took 14th. Haas's Esteban Ocon 15th, and Racing Bulls' Isaac Hadjar 16th. Franco Colapinto claimed 17th for Alpine, ignoring a team order to stay behind teammate Pierre Gasly, while Kick Sauber's Gabriel Bortoleto slotted into 18th. Sainz was the day's only retiree, exiting after the clash with Antonelli. Post-race, Verstappen now trails Piastri by just 40 points in the Drivers' Championship, and Norris is only 14 points behind his teammate. Now, for the step-by-step breakdown of how it all unfolded. Because this is the part most people miss, the behind-the-scenes strategy that turned a potential snoozer into a thriller. After thrilling sprint action and a packed qualifying session on Saturday at the Circuit of the Americas, attention turned to Sunday's feature race. Qualifying had Verstappen snagging his 47th career pole, with Norris close behind and Piastri struggling to sixth. With memories of Saturday's dramatic Turn 1 fresh, anticipation built over how the grid would handle the corner this time, especially under scorching conditions where track temperatures hit around 44 degrees Celsius. A few tweaks to the starting lineup before the lights went out. Stroll dropped to 19th due to a 5-place penalty from a sprint collision with Ocon, and Hadjar started last after failing to set a lap time due to a Q1 crash. Most drivers chose medium tires for the 56-lap race, except Leclerc, Bortoleto, and Stroll on softs, and Ocon, Albon, and Hajar on hards. These choices reflect tire management strategies. Soft tires offer better grip but wear out faster, while hards last longer but provide less traction, like choosing between a sports car for speed versus an SUV for endurance. As the race began, Verstappen surged ahead to lead, but Norris lost ground to Leclerc, who took a wider line through turn 1. Piastri skillfully defended against Russell to hold 5th, Hamilton advanced to 4th, and yellow flags waved after Albon collided with Bortoleto, dropping him to last. Tsunoda gained 4 spots to 9th, Sainz overtook Behrman for 8th, and Verstappen built a 3-second lead by lap 5. Leclerc faced mounting pressure from Norris, who closed to within half a second. Meanwhile, Piastri pursued Hamilton. On lap 7, Sainz tried passing Antonelli at turn 15, causing a collision that spun Antonelli and forced Sainz to retire. The virtual safety car deployed, allowing Albon to pit and Antonelli to drop to 18th. Racing resumed on lap 9, with Verstappen still leading by over 2 seconds, and concerns arose as Norris and Piastri radioed about tire issues, hinting at possible two-stop strategies. The incident between Antonelli and Sainz, set for post-race review, bumped Hülkenberg and Alonso into the top 10. By lap 14, Verstappen extended his lead to 4 seconds, but Norris again tailed Leclerc at half a second. Leclerc noted track limits for Norris, a rule where drivers risk penalties for cutting corners improperly, keeping races fair by preventing shortcuts. On lap 15, Norris challenged Leclerc side by side but couldn't overtake, letting Verstappen pull ahead to 6.7 seconds. Norris closed again by lap 19, attempted another pass, but Leclerc blocked him. Antonelli battled Ocon for 15th. Norris received a bluff pit call and a track limits warning, drawing a black and white flag. Still on lap 21, Norris passed Leclerc at turn 12. Leclerc pitted to swap softs for mediums, rejoining in 9th, while Verstappen stretched his lead to 11 seconds over Norris, followed by Hamilton, Piastri, Russell, Tsunoda, Behrman, Hülkenberg, and Alonso. As the race neared halftime, Verstappen reported tricky tires due to changing conditions. Leclerc overtook Hülkenberg and Behrman for 7th, and Antonelli, fastest on track, reached 13th. Teams debated extending first stints before switching to softs. Tsunoda pitted on lap 30, Piastri on 31, Hamilton on 32 to regain 6th. Norris pitted on 33, rejoining 3rd behind Russell after a slow stop. Verstappen pitted on 34 to maintain the lead, Russell on the next lap to 6th. With all leaders pitted, the order was Verstappen, Leclerc, Norris, Hamilton, Piastri, Russell. Behrman spun after contact with Tsunoda, triggering yellows. Hülkenberg and Alonso filled the top 10. By lap 38, Norris neared Leclerc at 0.7 seconds, but both received track limit warnings. Norris struggled with tires, and Verstappen nursed his to hold a 6.8-second lead. In the final 10 laps, Norris regained pace. Piastri trailed Hamilton by 7 seconds. Antonelli overtook Ocon for 13th. Lawson and Stroll chased Alonso for the last point. Norris overhauled Leclerc at turn 12, despite Leclerc's warnings about Norris's strikes. Russell's push on Piastri faded. Colapinto bypassed team orders to pass Gasly for 17th. Verstappen won by 7.959 seconds. Leclerc took 3rd. Hamilton held 4th despite a puncture scare. Piastri 5th. Russell was 6th. Tsunoda 7th. Hülkenberg 8th. Behrman 9th. Alonso 10th. Lawson finished 11th. Stroll 12th. Antonelli 13th. Albon 14th. Ocon 15th. Hajar 16th. Colapinto 17th. Bortoleto 18th. Gasly 19th. Sainz DNF. And here's where it gets controversial. The Antonelli-Sainz clash and the track limits warning sparked debate. Were they fair, or did they unfairly penalize aggressive driving? Some fans argue that such incidents add excitement, while others say they prioritize safety over spectacle. What do you think? Should stewards be stricter on track limits to keep things even, or is a bit of chaos part of the fun? And could Verstappen's tire management give Red Bull an unbeatable edge in future races? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with the strategies or see a different twist? A standout moment came from Verstappen himself. "It was an unbelievable weekend for us," he shared. "I knew that the race was not going to be super forward. If you look at the whole race, the pace between myself and Lando was really close. Just in that first stint was where we made the difference, and I could eke out a bit of a gap, which is basically what we kept to the end. It wasn't easy to manage the tires for most of the stints, but we kept it in the lead, and I'm just incredibly proud of everyone to be able to deliver a weekend like this." Looking ahead, F1 heads straight into a doubleheader with the Mexico City Grand Prix from October 24th to 26th. For live updates and more, visit the Race Hub, https://www.formula1.com/2025/Mexico. Stay tuned for more edge of your seat action.